Hi submarine friends. I decided to make this video sitting in my nice comfy shop chair because I'm pooped. I don't mind admitting I'm not the man I used to be. This is hard work and I'm doing it alone, and it's quite tiring and taxing. So I'm doing it alone. Luckily I can do it alone because I'm lucky to have some equipment to help me. I have a really old, early 90s Yanmar 50 excavator that I was in business with 25 years ago. It's my yard machine, I call it. It's not good enough to go out to work, but it's fantastic in my yard for lifting stuff, moving stuff. It's terrific. The other thing I have is a 10-ton folding crane that I bought for submarine operations, I have to admit. And that crane is terrific. It doesn't creep. It's in really nice condition. So as this thing gets bigger and heavier, I'll have to use just the crane. The excavator won't handle it. So you can see I've got the end cut off now, and that's left a short flange that I will weld the ballast tank to. Now I don't have to weld onto the pressure hull. I'm just welding onto the flange. So that's kind of a nice thing. So what I'll do is I'll use the crane outside, I'll move this back, and I'll pick up the ballast section with the crane and put it in place and hold it there. The nice thing is, like I said, the crane doesn't creep. It'll sit there all day and not creep down. So that's how I will fit it. I'll put some guides on the outside, just tack them on, slip it in, and then I can mark where I have to trim it. Get it all trimmed, get it beveled nice so I can do a full penetration weld. And then I'll weld that myself. And then I've decided to mount the carbon fiber tank, which I just took out of storage today. I'm gonna mount it on the main hull. It's just a lot easier that way to build. Again, I'm by myself. So I'm going to weld some I-beams, some nice heavy I-beams to the end of the vessel. And then I've got the saddles for that tank with rubber spacers, so it can just sit in there forever. That's the beauty of using a carbon fiber tank. It's never going to rust. And it's 3,600 PSI, and it's really expensive. I really want to use it because it costs a lot of money. I didn't pay a lot, but they do cost a lot of money. So that's the progress so far. I mentioned yesterday about the kind of people that typically build submarines, and it's usually engineers and welders, which kind of makes sense because there's so much engineering in the submarine and there's so much welding in the submarine. But you don't have to be an engineer or a welder. A welder would be good if you could weld, but you don't have to be an engineer. I am certainly not an engineer, and I'm certainly not a qualified welder. I'm a pretty good welder, but I'm not a qualified welder by any means. And I'm a high school dropout. So you really don't have to be super educated or anything to do this. And you could tell, just check out my spelling, and you'll see I'm not well educated. But you don't have to spell to build a submarine, so that worked out really well. So anyways, I'm a house mover. So I started a business. I used to be in excavation, and I used to be in landscaping, and I went into house moving. So I jack up houses and I move them. That has really died off. So what we've been doing primarily is we just jack up houses, remove the old foundations and put in new foundations. Or if a house doesn't have a full foundation, we come in, pick it up, put in a full foundation. We do concrete line pumping. I do concrete cutting. I'm just a construction guy really, and I can build a submarine. I proved I can build a submarine. So again, anybody can build a submarine. Now, luckily for me, I have friends that are engineers, and they're very generous in helping me. I have one friend in the UK, he's doing CAD drawings for me, and I'm having an estimated failure analysis done so that we know exactly what the failure depth is, so that we can assign a proper depth rating to it. I probably will never take it to the depth rating that we achieve. So yeah, as long as you have friends who can help you with that, join groups. I mean, I have this YouTube channel to, I'm helping people to build a submarine. That's my idea. When I started building submarines, there was no help. There was no internet when I started. And my first stuff was pretty scary when I look back, but when you research, and now with the internet, you can find out anything you want. It's very doable. So I hope people do it because it's not that difficult. And I'm going to show people how to do every single step and the reason why and what the rules are along the way. So wish me luck. Ciao.